Now, I know a lot of people are skeptical. Alex's aunt was giving me a huge hassle about it, saying, she's heard that the CEOs of these kinds of charities make like millions of dollars a year and are living like the high life and this and that. And, I did my research on that. And yes, it is true that the CEOs or presidents of these charities, they do make a lot of money. I'm not going to lie about that. However, what I researched into it and what a lot of people that support these charities had to say was that really, if you compare the salary of a CEO of a charity to a CEO of an actual business or company, the CEO in a business or a company is making far more than the CEO of a charity. And basically the CEOs that choose to work for these charities are taking a huge pay cut. And I mean, yeah, I still say they shouldn't really be paid that much, but even a CEO of a business shouldn't be paid that much. However, when you look at everything that the president or CEO of, say, World Vision has to do, I mean, there is a lot involved in what they do. They have to travel to all these different countries. They have to help set up these projects. They have to help determine what needs need to be met in these countries and communities. They also need to make sure that the money is protected from corrupt government. No money sent to World Vision gets in the hands of corrupt government. It's guaranteed. They stress that a lot. I volunteer for World Vision, so I have a lot more information on the inner workings of it, and they do good work. And I mean, I've met a lot of volunteers who have gone on volunteer trips to other countries to participate in some of the projects, and they've got to see firsthand what a difference it's made in these communities. And yes, there's still a lot of work to be done. Yes, there's still a lot of countries that are impoverished. But see, World Vision, they don't deal with a whole country. They deal with communities within a country. And I mean, they have to be safe as well. They can't go to, extremely dangerous parts of the country until, they get that settled. And they can only really do like 1 to 2 projects at a time. And each project takes many years to accomplish their goals. And the main goal is to make the community self-sustainable. They want to help the community learn through education and job training. They're teaching people how to start their own businesses and just to self-sustain themselves. And once they've accomplished that, then they move on to a different community. So they can only do so many projects every few years. So that's why it's not like you see immediate results, because everything takes careful planning, and it takes a lot of money. And I mean, really, like, it depends on how many people are sponsoring that project. And it's, $35 a month. Or if you're sponsoring a Hope Child, which a Hope Child is a child that's in a community that's affected by HIV and AIDS, that's $40 a month. And the extra $5 a month is to help with education on preventing HIV and AIDS. And, you know, supplying the community with, you know, things to prevent that, the transmission and spread of that. So, you know, there's the regular sponsorship, which is what I'm doing, $35 a month per child. Or there's $40 a month if you want to go with the Hope Child, which there's a lot of Hope children that need sponsorship as well. But yeah, I mean, with everything that they have to do, and then not just even the sponsorship programs, but they also respond to like disasters like Haiti, and, you know, when there was the tsunami in, what was it, India? I mean, like, they respond to so many like natural disasters as well and help people all around the world. So, I mean, the president and CEO, like, they have to travel constantly to these places. They have to figure out what needs to be done, and they have to run the whole show essentially, and delegate what needs to be done. I mean, they're trying to help like the entire world. So, I mean, their job, like, is never ending, and they have so many responsibilities. So really, like, when you think about what they do, you know, I mean, it's up to you what you feel, but I know that, like, they account for every dollar. You can go on their website and you can read, like, where every bit of money goes. And they also, for sponsors, will sometimes send you their annual money report, and it's like a big book that goes into depth about where every single dollar has gone that year. And more than 80% of donations goes directly to the programs. So they are a really good program, and they are making changes, and they are making difference. And I get a magazine quarterly from them, a Child View magazine, that talks, it's given stories about like children that were sponsored and their community was changed, and now they're successful, like, educators, teachers, whatever, and like they're supporting themselves and their families, and they're doing well. There's lots of success stories, but there is a lot more work to be done, because there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people all over the world that are in poverty. And, you know, a lot of people will say, well, why should we help these people, like, all the way on the other side of the world? We should help people here at home. Well, World Vision Canada does also support Canadians in poverty as well. They do. They have programs out here too. And one of them is their World Vision gift catalog. You can actually purchase stuff from the gift catalog to help impoverished Canadians, as well as people in other countries. So there's a lot of options through World Vision, and there's a lot of things that they do to help people all over the world. And it's really great. It is really great. And it, to me, I love doing it. It's a fulfilling thing. I love getting the letters. I love getting the pictures, and I love hearing about, you know, how things are getting better there. And I love learning about their culture and, you know, what's going on with them. You know, Alex's aunt was trying to say that she's heard that, you know, they basically do like child labor and sit down and force the kids to write these letters. Well, I'll tell you right now, I know my child doesn't write these letters. It's her family that is writing on her behalf, and they have said that in the letters. And I will see, like, it's not a printout. It is not a printout at all. It's a handwritten letter in pen, blue pen. The translation sometimes is typed out, but that's probably the fastest way for them to do it. But yeah, they write it. And I've received pictures that they've drawn, and like I said, I get pictures to see that my gifts have gotten to the child. And I mean, for children that have like nothing, to get like just a tiny little ball, a bouncy ball, is like, oh my god, it's like the best thing. Or just to get stickers even is like an amazing thing for them, because they don't have anything. And children deserve to have toys to play with. They need to have fun. And most of them are helping their families earn money. But, you know, here I'm helping children be able to go to school and learn. It's a great thing. I actually have a website, and I'll put a link to it in the description because I can't quite remember the address right now. But I will put a link in the description. And it's a website that I built, and it will answer all of your questions about World Vision. And you can go and think about sponsoring a child. But before I go, I would like to show you the scrapbooks that I put together of things from my sponsor children. And I actually have stuff to add to them. I have some new letters and pictures and things that I got over the last couple of months that I haven't put in there yet, but I'll show you those too. All right. So here they are. Here is Yorjalee's book. And oh, this is, my mom got me a gift from the gift catalog, and it was care packs. And yep, I was right. I started in sponsoring in 2005. I wrote a little blurb about Christmas Eve 2004. I was watching a World Vision infomercial. I'd seen it before and always thought I'd like to do it, but never had the funds. This year I had a part-time job. It didn't pay much, but enough to finally take action. I started on New Year's Day. I spent a long time looking at children on the website, and when I saw little Yorjalee's, I knew I needed to sponsor her. Her big bright eyes drew me in. From that day on, I've enjoyed every minute of sponsorship. Knowing I'm making a difference for Yorjalee's, her family, and her community makes me feel good. I have fun sending her small gifts and enjoy and treasure every letter and photo I get. My hope is for every child to be sponsored so that one day there will be no more poverty. And I put like a map of Nicaragua and like their flag, and I put like little quotes and stuff because I'm a scrapbooking fanatic. And here's what I got when I first sponsored her. This was supposed to be like a little bookmark, but I never really used it as one. And here's her little folder, and it has my child's story. So it gives her birth date. At that time she wasn't in school because she was really young. She was only like a year old. Yorjalee's lives with her parents in a rural area. Both of her parents are employed, but at a very low wage. It is hardly enough to provide for their family. Your sponsorship is an important and continuing part of the assistance given to help her family attain self-reliance. For this is the development in World Vision, in which World Vision is involved. And then it gives the address to write to her, which I won't show that, and it gives like her number and stuff like that. My love in action. So yeah, I got that. And also I wrote this because this is information I acquired through letters. She has a sister named Marilise, and her birthday is in July as well. Jimmy is her dad, and Zayda is her mom, and she had a dog named Black who died, and now they have a new dog, Kenyella. And then I got this like introduction letter about sponsorship. Dave Toyson is the president of the